Alrighty, welcome back, boys and girls. It's your main math man, Mr. Shank, coming to you live from Mayfield. And this Wednesday, Wicked Wednesday warm up, you want to make sure you can write the equation that is graphed. And some ideas that we want to do with that is we want to find that y-intercept first. So again, that's always where our line of our function hits the y-axis. And so I highlight the y-axis, and I can say, hey, right here at this point is where we are looking about. And so that's going to be the point B. So that's always where your x value is 0, and we have the value b. And so that means we have the ordered pair 0 and 5. So then after that, what can we do? Well, we want to find another ordered pair that is on that line. That means as you are looking at this line of our function, you want to kind of trace it and make sure it hits another ordered pair, so that way you can find the slope. So let's try doing that. So again, you're gonna do it like this. We can say get this set up. If you trace this line again, we had an ordered pair at 0, 5. And as you can kind of trace along, you want to make sure that it goes directly into a corner. That way you know for sure it is an integer value. So we have 0, 5, and then we can say we have the other ordered pair would be 2 and then 0. Once you have that, again, you can use the staircase or ladder to find your slope, because you're looking for your change in y over your change in x. So let's use these ideas so that way you can have our points. So if you are if you want to do the ladder, again, you want to say it like this. You can say, if you'll let me move it, there we go. Again, find your change in y. So if I'm going from 5 to 0, that means I am subtracting 5. And if I'm going my change in x, I'm increasing it by 2. So it's always the ratio of those two numbers. So when you are going to write your slope, again, it's going to be m, which is going to be the change in y, change in y over your change in x. So always make sure it is a ratio of those two. So we have our change in y, we said was -5, and our change in x was +2, so it'd be +2. Again, it is the ratio of those two, so very simply we have 5 over 2. And make sure you have that -5 over 2. So if that is our slope, again, we said our y-intercept was b, so we said b was equal to 5. The other way you could do it is like this. You could use the two ordered pairs on the graph to draw a staircase. And so if you say I go 5 steps down, so I have -5, and then I can go, let's say, 2 steps to the right, I go to my next point. And that pattern should work for each of those ordered pairs. So I should be able to go from this new point of 2, 0, I should be able to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I said -5. And I should be able to go over 2 and hit my next ordered pair. And the reason why I'm doing that is you want to make sure you can check for that pattern. So I should be going through the ordered pair of 4. I should be going through the ordered pair of 4 and -5. And we can check our equation in just a second here. So we said, all right, we have b, our y-intercept, we have our slope, which is -5 over 2. so we can write our equation. So we're going to say always in the form of y equals, and we have mx plus b. Again, m is slope and b is that y-intercept. So we can just replace those two. We say we have y equals, and we can have that -5, so -5 over 2. Again, the slope is always attached to the input x, and then we have plus 5 for our y-intercept. So this is going to be our equation of this line. To be able to check, again, you want to make sure you can use that Desmos calculator. So if I'm saying this is our graph, or excuse me, this is our equation, I want to make sure that I can plug in my values. So I say y equals, and I have -5 over 2. Again, make sure you have the x on the outside. That way it is saying you have -5 over 2 times x. And then you can do plus 5 for your y-intercept. Again, make sure you can define your x values. So you say x equals, well, when x equals 0, we have 5, so we know that's good. When x equals 2, we have 0, which is our other order pair, so we know we're good. And we're saying if I plug in 4 for x, I should get -5 in my y value. So if I plug in 4, I'd have -5, so we know we're good. So again, make sure you can check using that Desmos calculator for yourself.